Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this layout created using the April Simple Stories Full Bloom Flavor of the Month kit. So new to, this is the second month now, you will get a April cut file or a cut file a month exclusively made by Cut to You. And so I wanted to incorporate the cut file this month. I am somewhat scrap lifting a layout that I have already created a long time ago, which is actually pretty popular over on Pinterest, which was a sketch inspired layout. So the papers were on the diagonal, and then there were a bunch of flowers that were down the center on the diagonal. So that is what inspired this. And I had used digital cut files there as well. So I got my glass mat out to cut with the long ruler because it's very tough to do on on this 12 by 12 paper trimmer that I have here sitting on my desk. So I cut it with my glass mat and my Fiskars, and I'm going to use double-sided adhesive to stick that down to the full 12 by 12 page behind it. Again, I do not like bulk in my album if I can avoid it, and so I also have a limited amount of this collection because I only have what came in the kit, and so I want to possibly save that for something else because I am using minimal pattern paper here. Literally, I'm going to use these two pieces and then one to back the photo, and the rest of it is embellishment. I had cut the digital cut file from some Simple Stories scrap that I had. That is from Tuesday morning. So I could have done it from the red that I'm going to back the photo with, but I wanted a slightly different hue, and so that's why I went with that. I also am very, when I have a limited amount of paper, I don't like to cut with my cut files because I can't always rely on my silhouette lately. Yeah. So the file actually has two frames. I cut one out, I erased one out and thought that I would just use one knowing I had this single photo, but then I decided that it was too busy. There were too many lines with the red lines of the Instax frame that I didn't, so that's why I cut that off. Also, I think my photo was too big for it. So I know I want to map my photo because it's going against some very busy, that plaid paper. And so you can see I shuffle through a bunch of different papers. The yellow made her look too yellow, but the red really, really pops her against that red shirt. I am going to the top of this here because I can still use the florals that are on the other side. So this is the B side. I can use the florals that are on the A side if I just trim off the bottom of the page there. Also still leaving me room to use the red. So I am going to integrate this into the layout. And you know what's funny is you should always go with your first instinct, right? So that's where I had it at first, and then I shuffled it around, and I'm going to continue to shuffle it around. That is where it's going to stay. So my selection, so when you subscribe to the Scrap Room kits, the Flavor of the Month kits, you get a selection of embellishments. And so this month with the Full Bloom, you are going to get a mixture of the bits and pieces and journaling bits, and that'll vary. And you can see I got that yellow tag as my journaling bit. And then I got lots of flowers, which is really cool. And then you will also get a quarter sheet of the tags. And so you can see I'm going to use those here beside the photo, and I like that pink that it adds to it. And then I'm going to use basically a ton of the embellishments down that strip of the diagonal there, and I will journal in the highlights yellow tag journaling spot there. I don't actually fully adhere the die cut down because the adhesive from the photo just holds it there. And then I'm also going to use that the puffy embellishment. So you also are going to get some foam stickers. So my foam stickers happen to all be words. And so that word grow is going to be my title. It really doesn't have a whole lot of relevance to our hike, but that's what I'm going to use because that's what I have. And she did grow on the hike because she grew a little bit more confident in her downhill skills I just didn't write about that. So I'm kind of building a scene here. You can see I've got the garden sign on the right hand side. I like the way that that just kind of grounds the layout and gives you something other than just that diagonal strip to look at. I will off camera use one of the words in the Simple Stories word stickers. Those stickers are part of the embellishment kit add-on, so I do highly recommend you subscribe to both the pattern paper add-on and the embellishment add-on. It just gives you a little bit more and grows your kit, makes it last for more than a page or two. So I am actually, I believe both the papers that I have used are from the add-on kit and not the main kit itself. I put everything together in the packaging, and so I forget what's what sometimes. Sorry about that. So I am popping some of these elements off. The sun obviously needs to be popped up behind those oversized flowers in relationship to the sun. You can see that I popped up the bucket of flowers with the snail that's at the bottom there. And I also popped up the top, or I will pop up the top, here we go, of that, of that sign there. And I love the way that it comes down flat to the page. So again, adds some variety of depth to the layout there. I have been such a messy scrapper lately, and I've been trying to clean up after myself as I go. So here's the scene. I'm going to put a little snail and a little bird, and I just like the way it adds a little bit more color. This is a very busy color layout, and so you need something that grounds it, and I think that's exactly what that sign does on the right hand side there. So I wasn't quite sure where to place the word, the title grow, without covering up too much. So in order to give you more you see more of the flowers, and I don't cover up too much of that pretty embellishment there. And then it also, I shift the flowers down, and then obviously shift the bucket down, and then that gives me the full span of that diagonal is covered in something. So I didn't like that you could see the cut file beneath the O and grow, but you didn't see it anywhere else. So I covered that up with a flower very conveniently. I'm going to put a few other just little pops of color. I'm going to put this yellow butterfly because I feel like that depth grounds the layout a little bit. And then I thought I could integrate this tag in that gives you a little bit more white space that works with the white space that's in the garden sign. But it kind of just stood out like a sore thumb. I couldn't integrate it into that diagonal line. And then that red little butterfly, ladybug, she's a perfect pop of red to go with the pop of red around the photo there. And then I will put my bee on there, and that, my friends, is going to wrap it up. So if you do not subscribe to the Scrap Room, I highly recommend it. There are challenges that you can do on Facebook as well. And there's a Facebook group. So enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions about my process and or the kit club, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.